Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another mediocre whitetail podcast. This is Gage Kopic speaking, and today I'm joined with
Caden Reitz.
Collin Klade.
How we doing, fellas?
Doing great.
Never better.
What are we doing today? Or where were we today, guys?
We were out in Wisconsin Dells, Kalahari Resort for the 2026 Wisconsin Deer and Turkey Expo. Great time. It's only Friday as we're recording this, but got the whole weekend ahead of us.
Got a couple more days left of this expo.
Yeah.
It's always awesome to come back and, talk with some out-of-staters, some other companies that are out and about,
Surprising a lot of Wisconsin companies.
There are. Well, I mean,
we are in Wisconsin.
we're in
I get
Wisconsin,
it,
so
but just the amount out there that I've never heard of or never knew about, and you get to see them actually.
Yeah.
I really thought there would be more Wisconsin companies.
Really?
Well, I mean, we did also only stop in one of the sections.
That
There's
true.
Two other sections that we didn't even get to go visit yet.
It's a Friday night. We got there a little late. We couldn't go around and talk to everyone, but
So now I am going to put this out there for our listeners. We are in a hotel, so we are not back in the compound, the mediocre compound. So if there's any echo or anything like that, please bear with us. We're on the travel. We're on the move. We're mobile.
I'm not picking up anything. Are you guys?
I got a little. I
Oh,
can
yeah?
hear a little bit, yeah.
oh, I can hear you both perfectly fine.
No
I can hear
echo
a
or
little bit.
anything?
No echo.
No
Oh,
echo.
yeah, me neither.
Maybe I'm just hearing shit.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, you might be hearing shit.
Blackberry martinis getting your ass,
Yeah, that
bitch.
that whiskey's hit. Yeah.
Yo, maybe. Yeah, I did pick up. Shout out to WCB, World
Yeah.
Class Bow Hunter.
Shout out them.
I got
make a fine whiskey.
oh yeah, Ledger Rock Distillery. They're out of Fond du Lac. I mean, another Wisconsin company. But
Shout out Wisconsin.
You're not getting your booze from Wisconsin. It's probably not
what are you
good
doing?
booze.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably
Not good booze.
All right. So, on today's agenda, we've got Collin here for the first time. He's part of this group, our mediocre whitetail, and I guess that brings us right to it. Collin, what got you into hunting in the first place? How'd you discover your love for it, and what made you stick with it?
Oh man. Well, should I introduce myself first?
Yeah, tell us who you are. Tell us what got you into it.
Yeah, so name's Collin Klade. I'm from Deerfield, Wisconsin, small town, about 25 minutes east of Madison, going towards Milwaukee. Born and raised Deerfield. Know what else I can say about that, but God, what brought me into hunting? I'd say I don't know, a lot of variables, whether it's my dad or just watching YouTube videos when I was a little kid, discovering it by myself. But
Yeah.
I'd say the biggest reason was my dad.
Yeah.
From when I was 7 years old, I'd been out with him side by side. Yeah, I'd say.
What did he do to get you into it?
I don't really think there was ever an influence on it. He just brought home a big buck one day, and I was like, man, I want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of what got me hooked into it.
Well,
and,
I mean,
my family's owned land since 2001. I was born in 2003. I'm a younger guy. But, I grew up there, and I don't know, that got me onto it too.
yeah, having the land to go to.
Yeah, you got someplace to go. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, that's pretty similar to a lot of the stories that we got.
A lot of Wisconsin guys, you go out, first time's probably in the orange.
Yeah.
Holding a gun with your dad. It's
Yep.
probably the most typical Wisconsin guy story.
Dad, grandpa.
Yeah. I'd say, yeah, I went out when I was 7 years old in orange with my dad. That's what got me hooked.
Oh, yeah. So with that first time going out, did you guys see anything, or was there like a...
Oh, God, can I even remember? Yeah, I remember the first time going out. First time going out with my dad. Very slow.
Yeah.
Very slow. I was hesitant about getting into it because I was like, what am I doing? I'm wasting my time. I was a young kid then, too.
Yep.
So, young kids like to play on their video games and,
Yep.
play with their friends. And so, first day my dad took me out, we didn't see anything. And I was like, this is just a waste of time. This is stupid. Well, we spent Friday, Saturday up there. Saturday came around and God, he shot an 8-point right in front of me.
Yeah.
I
Ever since then, it's been like,
I didn't even shoot the bow, and I was hooked.
Yeah.
I had such an adrenaline rush. Oh my God. And just seeing that smile on my dad's face, and it's
can't
like,
beat
wow, I
that.
want to do this.
Yeah, you can't beat that.
No, you can't. Granted, Wisconsin laws, you can't hunt till you're 12.
Yep.
You can mentor hunt, but so 12 years old, I got into it, hunting
Pretty
by
heavy.
myself. But
Yep.
yeah, from 7 to 12 years old, I was always by my dad and shot a deer every year. And I just always wanted to be like my dad.
Yep.
You got that adrenaline rush going. You're like, oh my God. I always wanted to do that.
Yep.
So that's why I got into it and hooked ever since.
Yeah. So I guess that brings us to give me your best bucks or your best hunting story. It doesn't have to be deer. It doesn't have to be.
Well, best hunting story is my biggest buck for sure. I was alone. I was 16 years old, just got my driver's license. I hunt Richland Center. For me, that's about an hour 15, hour 20 drive. And so, yeah, I went up. I think it was if I remember, it was a Thursday, and I skipped school because it was prime rut. It was about, I'd say, November 5th, I think is when I still remember it to this day. November 5th.
You know that November 5th is a national holiday?
What's that national holiday? I don't know.
National Rage Day.
Oh, well.
Isn't the 6th voting day? Oh, no, it's Tuesday.
I don't know. All I know is November 5th is a national holiday, dude. It's Rage Day.
Well, if it's Rage Day, that's the greatest holiday of all time. But yeah, no, November 5th, I was 16 years old, just got my driver's license back in October. And I wouldn't say I was pretty new to hunting, but I was
probably to like bow and doing it on your own.
I was pretty new. Yeah, I was pretty new to bow hunting by myself. But yeah, November 5th came. I like I said, just got my license. Skipped school that day. My dad told me it was prime rut, so I was like, gonna go up. So left my house about 4:30 in the morning. Got to my stand stayed up. Probably got out there at 5:45. Put all my clothes on. Got out to the stand at little late.
How far of a drive from Deerfield to Richland?
From Deerfield to Richland, hour 20.
Yep.
Oof.
Yeah,
hit that in the morning is brutal.
Yeah,
that's rough.
As a 16-year-old too.
Well, impressive.
Well, I'd say actually as I was younger, I had more motivation. Not working and stuff, but
right.
So yeah, I got out to the stand probably a little late. It was daytime. I remember that it was daytime. My dad came up. So technically I wasn't alone actually, because my dad came up at about 10 o'clock. He was gonna bow hunt too, but so got up there, got my stand. Slow morning. Got out at probably I was young, so I like to get out of my stand. 9:30 came around. I got out of my stand. My dad met me up there too, about 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. He's like, "What are you doing?" Like, I wanted a sandwich. I wanted to come back, stretch my legs. He's like, "Get in the woods." And so I was like, "Okay." Got back in. 11:30 in the morning. Hits around prime rut. I wasn't expecting to see anything.
Yeah.
Grun with my extinguisher. Shout out extinguisher calls.
Sponsors.
Yep. I believe they do wonders, but so yeah, about 11:30 rolls in. I didn't know how to grunt call.
Yeah.
I was just playing around with it.
Just trying it out. Yep.
Yeah. Come back 20 yards. Fucking biggest buck I've ever seen in my life.
Yep.
At that point. Comes strolling in, 20 yards broadside, gives me a shot. Like a perfect shot.
Just pinwheel it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Ran 30 yards, gushing blood. Right as I hit it, gushing blood.
What bow were you shooting?
Oh, what was I shooting at that point? I think it was a bear.
A bear?
I think it was a bear. It was my first bull.
Yeah.
It was my first bull. So backed out, went to talk to my dad. He's like, "You didn't see anything." Well, shit, I told him, "Let's walk back in the woods."
Joke's on you, fucker.
Yeah. There it was, 30 yards away from my stand, laying dead. So that's probably my best hunting story.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can't beat that. Was that your first bow buck then?
That was my first bull buck. Yep.
That thing is a
nice
tank
10-pointer.
for a stud.
Nice 10-pointer. For my first one, I'd like to say it's small now,
Nah, dude, no.
but
It's
no,
as your first bull buck ever. I mean,
no,
It's awesome.
I'll never,
Awesome first
I'll
bull
never
buck.
take it. Yeah, I'll never.
Throw
I'll
that up as
always-
the
yeah, I'll
As
put
the
that one
caption.
as the cover
Profile-
photo for
cover
everybody,
photo,
for
yeah.
everybody
Yeah,
to see it.
yeah, it's there. But I'd say my favorite to date is what you covered on the first podcast. You know,
The one where I called you up to come and
Gage called me up. It was 5:20 in the afternoon. I just got off of work, and I'm working in Madison. So yeah, hour 20 drive.
Yep.
And Gage calls me up at about 5:20 and like, dude, I just smoked a big one. And I'm like, you're lying to me. No, you didn't. Gage's like, yeah, I did. And I was like, okay, I'm coming up. I literally dropped everything and was like, I shot straight up to Richmond Center, and
What, dude, that track job out of the woods,
oh, it was
Or the
it was
drag.
horrible.
the
It was
drag
horrible. But
uphill or what?
uphill,
Oh,
and we were getting chased by
downhill,
coyotes.
uphill.
Coyotes for chasing you?
Yeah, well, they smelt the deer. And,
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Circling.
if we had a heavy duty flashlight, I guarantee if we shined it, there were probably eyes like 20 yards away.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was nuts.
Well, that deer was a stinky sucker. Soon as we opened him up,
Was that peak rut too, or
no, this was October 7th,
October 7th?
loaded with gas. I didn't even clip the stomach. When I opened him up,
Maybe you had an infection
No.
going on or something.
No, it didn't clip stomach or anything.
it was weird.
It was weird, but then our other buddy shot 2 other deer during gun season. They smelt the same way.
Yeah, they were all stinky.
I don't know if it's something with the grain. I don't know.
All right, we're going to put the tinfoil hat on here. I bought a shirt today.
CWD.
I bought a shirt today just for this. And it is, I have to read it. CWD.
Confusing whitetail data.
Whitetail data. You can't beat a first buck story. I mean,
No, you can't. And you can't.
it's
Whether you shoot a little one or
well, and I mean,
I somehow got lucky with mine.
that brings us back to we're mediocre whitetail.
Yeah.
You look at that first deer that you
I
shoot.
mean, dude, there's no shame on any deer anyone shoots.
No, exactly. I mean, it could have been a spike, and it would have been
Yeah.
like, dude,
Oh, that would have been
high fives all
Yeah.
around. Everybody's cracking a cold one and enjoying the moment.
Yeah.
Which is
it's-
exactly what we celebrate as who we are as a group. So I guess that brings me, now that we're on to releasing a few podcasts, I've reached out to our listeners, and I had them ask us a couple questions, and I guess we'll kind of just go through them and answer them as we see fit. So the first one that I'm gonna bring up, shout out to Captain Nate, good buddy of ours. He sent us a couple questions that he wanted us to answer, and our first one is, who are we as a group of people, as like a podcast? What do we stand for? And I guess we'll do this as a round table, but my answer to that one for you listeners, we're just your average Joes group of dudes
I'd
who
say that. Yeah.
are absolutely crazy, maybe a little autistic even, about getting in the woods here. And,
Undiagnosed, but everyone's pretty sure.
dude, I took like 7 online tests one day because somebody on my wrestling team was like, dude, you gotta have something. And I took 7 online tests, and they all said I have Asperger's.
Well, it's a tough one to bring home to the mom, I guess.
Dude, yeah, I didn't have any burgers on my ass. I don't know what that little South Park Eric Cartman.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to understand Eric Cartman there.
Yeah, dude. But yeah, we're just your average Joes who love it, love getting out in the woods, love trying to share the experience. And kind of what we're doing here is we want everybody else to feel welcome into that same world of
100%.
loving the outdoors. And you might not feel like the animals that you shoot are like Instagram worthy or whatever. And I mean, they all are. I mean, we go out and we shoot what makes us
100%.
happy, and you want to go and post that. So this podcast is for those people that, like, maybe they don't feel like what they've done in the woods is worthy of that, but it is. And we're those dudes that you can talk to, listen to, and kind of relate to, I guess.
I mean, I'll tell you this right now. I've shot does, felt the same way I
Yeah.
would have my biggest buck. It's like if you have that chance, oh my god, it's awesome.
Yeah. Share it.
Doe, buck, small buck,
Share it.
we're never. I don't care if you shoot a spike.
Shoot.
That's something to be proud of.
DM it to us. We're
Yeah.
gonna sit there and we're gonna give you your flowers.
It's something to be proud of.
Sticking anything with an arrow
Yeah,
is just cool.
It's cool.
It's just really cool.
It's awesome.
It's such an accomplishment that it's just so rewarding.
I don't know.
No matter what you shoot.
Yeah, exactly. Bareback Jack, what would you add to that?
I mean, I guess who we are as a group. I mean, the only reason any three of us work is to afford our expensive hobby. I think.
Yeah,
None of us have kids. None of us have wives yet.
Yet.
Yeah,
But I mean, that's the only reason I work right now.
Yeah,
I burned up a bunch of PT following Gage down to Kentucky last year, and now I have to save all of my vacation time for this year for this September for a bow hunt. So, I mean, just
we're your
average
Joes.
Joe's looking for a clean, fun adrenaline rush.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Expensive, but clean.
You talk about that adrenaline rush. It's you don't even have to have the biggest buck on the block.
Yeah.
Like I said, if I shoot a doe, I have the same feeling. Yeah, a nice rack. I guess I have a little more feeling, but anything I harvest.
Well, everybody wants to chase that
that
high score.
Right.
I mean, yeah. If you're gonna do something, you might as well try to do the best you can at it. But I mean, you gotta understand what you're working with.
Yeah.
When it comes to public, like if you're a new guy, you only have public land. You just gotta understand. You gotta realize what your set your expectations reasonably. I think.
Yeah. So the next one that another question that we had on Spotify, yes, listeners, we do read the comments. Dun, dun, dun. Considering we only have one.
I wouldn't have shared that, but
hey, I mean, it's early.
Hey, I mean, we're working up to it.
It's early. So one of the questions that we had the question that we had on Spotify was, what advice would you give to an amateur hunter? This would be a round table one, and we'll just start with you, Collin.
Advice I'd give to an amateur hunter. God, I don't even know.
You want to take it? What do you think?
Yeah, take it. Well,
start small.
That's kind of what I'd say.
Honestly, for a guy in the Midwest, I would say if you're someone who, I mean, as an amateur hunter, try to get decent permission, whether it's great uncle, great grandpa, distant cousin, neighbor. You mow a guy's lawn for a summer. Something with like a decent 10 to 20, 10 and up acres of woods. Try to get somehow permission to that. If you don't have anything, there's nothing you can figure out, and your only option is public land, don't go gun. don't get a bow. It's gonna be way harder, but you will live.
Public land gun hunting.
You will live. I got shot at.
That's a strong thing. That takes a strong
sidebar. I had lead fly at me. I was bow hunting fucking 20 yards from me in Minnesota last year.
Damn.
I literally I was in a stand, in a ladder stand. I just balled up in my stand and didn't move. I'm like, if it happens, it happens. If it happens, it happens. It hit water and it.
Oh my gosh, that's insane.
Yeah, and it was like 8 shots. But where was I going with that?
Well, so here, what I got a lot to the amateur hunters. A lot of amateur hunters I know want the biggest buck.
Start
small.
Yep.
You know, whether a lot of these amateur guys, well, off of what I know from younger guys that I know, they always want the biggest buck.
Yep. So they're
whether
passing on.
whether it's most of these guys don't even have their first deer.
Yeah.
take what you can get. Start off with a doe. Get that adrenaline rush. Like, dude, first doe I shot was actually before my buck. First year I ever shot was a doe.
Yep.
Oh my God, oh my God, that was awesome.
Can't beat it. Sticking
Can't
an
beat it.
animal with an arrow.
Yeah, can't beat it. But like, I know a lot of these, not speaking for everybody, but a lot of younger guys I know want the big bucks,
Which everybody does, but
which everyone does.
work your way up to
but
it.
What are you gonna do when you haven't shot a deer in a
6 years, 7 years.
Well, what are you gonna do if you haven't shot a deer ever and a huge buck walks up on you?
You're gonna freak out.
You're gonna freak out. You're
Yeah.
gonna shake. Chances are you're not putting a good hit on that deer.
You might put it in the shoulder.
What I've always been told by my uncle, might have been a shot there. Might have been a shot there. I don't know. But my uncle always told me, he says, just when you're a young hunter like I was when I hunted with him, I don't porters with him. Just take what you can get.
Yep.
Get the first one down, and go from that.
Yeah.
Because that first one's gonna make you really feel that type of way.
Yep. And you get the repetition.
Yeah.
Well,
and like Reed said, like, get permission. That's a huge thing too. Whether it's a family member or I've been blessed to know friends who own land, their dads. I've been blessed on that point to, I asked my friends' dads to hunt their land. That's what I did because, driving hour, 20 minutes at 16 years old.
It's tough.
So
can't get out there.
I can drive 5 minutes down the road, go hunt my buddy's property. Granted, I saw a deer, didn't want to take him because, I'm that
Somebody
kind of guy.
else's,
It's not my property. I don't want to shoot what they don't want. But yeah, that's my biggest advice. Just don't go balls to the wall right away.
Yeah.
Take that first opportunity you get, whether it's a little deer or a little spike, doe, whatever. Take it. Get that first feel of it.
Yep.
Yeah, with you saying that, you think about every fall. You see, like, Iowa doesn't have like a minimum age limit.
Oh yeah.
Of kids that you can hunt. You see like an 8-year-old with a 190.
Yeah, it's
200.
It's ridiculous. But
And you think that kid is going to be chasing that for the rest of his life, and he probably won't touch it.
Won't ever shoot it.
He probably won't touch it.
Yeah.
Literally chasing the rest of your life. So like as a newer guy, not a lot of family experience with it, getting started. If you were to get that giant, you're going to be chasing that for the rest of your hunting career. But 2, you're not going to have. It takes a lot to learn to chase big bucks.
Right. Yeah.
It takes a lot of. It's a giant learning curve.
I'm still learning it at 22 years old.
Dude,
you never stop.
We'll never stop learning. We'll never stop learning.
Well, and that brings you to my advice to an amateur is go put your rear end in a stand.
Yeah, just put time in.
Put time in.
I should have said that.
If you don't put time in, you're not going to see deer. If you're trying to get out there and you're trying to shoot something in your first sit and you only sit once or twice in 1 year, odds are it ain't going to happen. You go out and you put the dedication, you put the time of scouting, putting cameras out, trying to understand what it is that you're chasing, odds are you're going to be successful. But if you don't put the time in, there's a way lower chance, way lower possibility that you're actually going to see something to harvest it.
Well, even, look at you last year. I don't know if I'm changing the subject, but you last year, you put in hours. You had hours of day sits.
This past season, I put 504 hours in.
You counted?
I tallied it up, 504 hours.
And I believe that number too.
Well, even
I watched it.
It was insane.
I witnessed it. Yeah.
Even 2 years ago when he shot that one in my land, he put in hours.
Hauling his ass down from Oshkosh.
Yeah, it was what?
Free chance.
I was putting in all day sits from open of season.
Yeah.
I was like, I only get a limited amount of time to hunt, so I'm gonna sit as long as I can because you never know.
Right.
So I sat all day sits every time that I hunted. And that comes from more of I'm trying to understand this animal better. So I'm trying to learn. And for me, the only time that I can learn is if I'm there with them. Now, yeah, that might hurt because, I mean, they might be feeling some pressure from it. But at the same time, I was making clean entrances, clean exits. Uh, so they didn't fully know that I was there. And I wholeheartedly believe that, especially because I'm sitting there getting 40 feet up into a tree. I'm way high and ensuring that my scent is good. There's nothing there. And I know that it was working because these deer would come walking up to 3 yards away and then they would walk off. I'm like, okay, so I'm doing good. But really, it's just time and stand. That's you have to be able to do time and stand because if you don't, you're not going to learn anything.
That's literally what it is.
I,
I mean, unless you own, 1,000 acres,
yeah. Well, and
which I'm
some people are blessed with that,
so.
and
Oh yeah, 100%.
and
I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying, those
and those ones
a
that
lot easier to
well,
know
what you got and
yeah,
what's going to
right.
stay there.
Like I know guys who have
But-
spent 2 hours in the stand all season that
But then that
shoot
also,
good bucks.
brings up those aren't the amateur hunters. Those are the ones that are being brought
Right.
up and like
Or what's their property like?
That's the thing too.
it could all be just
In,
straight
like,
1,000 acres of swamp and no deer, heavy wolves, heavy predators.
I was asking for the buddies that sit 2 days a year and pull big bucks.
Oh,
so
Good family land.
Good.
I'm assuming.
good
yeah.
Okay, let's
Yeah,
generation.
that's-
Yeah,
Yeah.
generations of family land, which don't
Say
knock
it-
them.
say it how it is, yeah, no.
don't knock them.
I'm not knocking them. Yeah.
I don't knock them either, but
Well, no,
it's a lot easier for. Well, I wouldn't even say easier.
Well, that also just brings us back to who we are as a podcast. We sit there and we just clap for them. You give them.
Yeah.
You were
Sit there.
trying to use butt, weren't
I
you?
I needed to
I
push
saw
one.
you.
Yeah. Well, no, like I'll never knock anyone.
No.
But there's at least around me, there's a lot of families that have owned that land for generations.
Yeah.
Like I'm blessed to be able to hunt on my property.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have, as many. I'm all around me is 1,000 acres, 750.
Yeah.
250.
Yep, those dudes.
Yeah. So and like I said, not knocking them. They do their work. They do their time.
Yeah. Well, completely changing. This just popped into my head, so I gotta do it. Okay.
Shoot it away.
I mean, I guess it is our podcast, and if I have an idea, I'm gonna say it.
Right.
I want to get back to intro, kind of, but also sticking on this. Like, what advice would you give to an amateur hunter, and kind of putting the hours in the stand? Our buddy Collin here, had quite an experience this year.
Yeah. It was
Why don't you walk us
toughest
through
year of my
that?
life.
Why don't you walk us through this?
Sorry, real quick off topic. This was a Richland buck my brother got this year.
It's good Richland buck.
Yeah.
Good Richland buck. Well, a
Sorry, go ahead.
lot of guys around Richland will tell you that's a small buck, but
Yeah, I believe it.
no, that's a good buck. But yeah, toughest year of my life for sure. September 5th, I got in a pretty bad UTV wreck. Wear your seatbelt. So I got ejected out of the UTV, roll cage, smashed my face. I was in the hospital for a good week. Had full facial reconstruction surgery. My nose was broken into 54 bone fragments throughout my face. My forehead shattered. Lucky to be alive.
Yeah.
All I gotta say is God definitely gave me a second chance at life.
Yeah.
And it changed my life. I will never take life for granted again. So that cut my season. I didn't think I'd well, I didn't think I'd be able to hunt for the 2025 season, but I healed up pretty good. Actually, healed up fantastic. Yeah, I did as much as I could. I wanted to get out in the woods, so luckily, I think November.
Yep.
I think it was November came around.
Yep.
2.5 months, 2 months, maybe I was healed. I wasn't 100%, but I told Gage, I was like, I want to get out in the woods. I need to. I love this. It's my pastime, and wasn't fully 100%. So Gage and my other buddy that we hunt with, they went out and bought me a crossbow, which I'll still thank you to this day. That was the
Yes,
coolest thing
sir.
ever. Because my arm got pretty banged up too. Got a good chunk missing out of my arm, but I couldn't pull back a bow. Uh, couldn't actually pull back more than 5 pounds. So they got me a crossbow.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, got me a crossbow
And a t-shirt.
and a t-shirt.
Shout
Yeah.
out working class bow hunter.
So I was able to get out, I think, for 2 weekends.
Yep.
I think I got out for 2 weekends. First weekend, sat, and I saw a couple doe. Not close enough. I would have shot him because shouldn't have been hunting, so I wanted the opportunity. Second weekend came around Friday. Got up there Saturday morning, sat, didn't see anything. And then Saturday night, I want to say it was like November 7th, something like that.
It was a little
Little
later, like a
little
week,
later.
week
Okay.
after, yeah.
I couldn't tell you the exact date, but it was about probably say 20 minutes of shooting time, maybe 30. It was still light out, fully legal time. Had a well, I had a buck come to my right,
A mediocre whitetail.
mediocre whitetail, but I shouldn't have been hunting. So I was
Exactly.
like, I'm gonna take anything I can see. So I saw this buck come up, watched him for 2 minutes, and then he finally got broadside 30 yards and sat there, watched him for a minute, gave me a perfect shot. I shot, thought I put a good hit on him, tracked blood.
Yep.
We had good blood, bubbles in the blood, a lot of blood up to the top of that ridge. Snow came down pretty hard, so we were like, let's back out, wait for the snow to get out.
Yep.
Came back next morning, top of ridge, we lost blood. I was pretty destroyed when we lost that blood. I was like, God, before this, I haven't shot a deer in 3 years now.
Yep.
Been greedy. I could have had multiple opportunities, just been greedy. It's that rich and center mentality.
Yep.
But yeah, so we got to the top of that ridge, found a huge blood pile, bubbles and everything, huge.
Probably a bedding spot.
It was a bedding spot.
Yeah.
It was all over. Walked down to the left side, probably 10 yards, had a little bit of blood. Got to 20 yards, nothing.
But I
Well-
mean, in retrospect, you weren't even supposed to be out there.
No, I shouldn't have
So-
been. I
Well, not shouldn't have been, but like looking at what happened,
yeah.
it was by some miracle that you made it out.
I
So to
I
even, to
should
even
be
have the chance to track that blood and
oh,
be able to
100%.
walk through the woods and have the opportunity to harvest a deer and spend the time in the woods, it's a miracle.
Oh, 100%.
So-
I will never take it for granted. I was so lucky to even have the chance to
Exactly.
do that.
Exactly.
And I even to have a good chance on a deer.
Yeah.
I was very fortunate.
Well, and that's what brings us all the way back to everything that we told our listeners for advice for an amateur hunter. Get that time. Don't be picky. And honestly, just enjoy the moment, right?
100%.
You don't know what's going to happen.
No.
You could never wake up again tomorrow. And
I honestly shouldn't have. I should be up in the clouds with the big man right
yeah,
now. But he gave me a second chance of life.
and to be able to spend it in his in the woods and hanging out with the boys and the
Oh,
fellas
100%.
at hunting camp,
It was great.
you can't beat it. So I mean, retrospect looking at it, it's like, yeah, we didn't find the deer, but holy shit, was that emotion pouring out of people? Like, holy crap!
Oh, even when I stuck that deer, I thought, because you heard a good
Whack.
twack.
Yeah,
Even Hess, he was probably 90 yards behind me.
Yep.
And he heard it.
yeah. You can't.
I hit shoulder. I think I hit shoulder.
I know all about
It's
that.
some damn crossbows. Yeah. Whoa. No,
Crossbows
they
are
got a
good.
time and a place. But
Yeah, for people who are injured,
yeah, I'd like to say if you can fully shoot a compound bow, you
you
should
should
shoot
be
it.
They
shooting
should
a
bring that.
compound
You think
bow.
they should bring that law back in Wisconsin?
Yes,
Yes.
I think they should.
It should be an
100%.
age limit or a doctor's
It should be
note.
age limit or disability. I
Yeah.
think 100% they should bring that back.
Well, since we're on it, why don't we talk about it?
Let's talk about it.
Like,
It infuriates me, but guys like me,
a doctor's note.
doctors know.
So,
I
like-
had a temporary disability.
Yeah,
I couldn't pull a bow back. I couldn't pull my 70-pound draw back.
exactly.
Couldn't.
So why should you
But
not
then
be able to hunt?
you see these guys that are, fully capable.
Yep.
I'm not knocking them. They're still out. Well,
Doing it.
I'm not knocking them. They're still out in the woods, whatever. But they should fully bring that law back. I think if you are fully capable of shooting compound bow, you should shoot a compound bow.
Well, and okay, so I know a couple fellas that shoot a crossbow. Some of them, yeah, I fully understand. But then it brings me to this one dude that I met at work. He comes up to me and he's like, "Feel my shoulder, bro. I can't pull a bow back because there's this lump in my shoulder." And I come up and I feel it, and I'm like, "There's nothing there." He's like, "Dude, I swear it clicks every time I draw it back." And then I tell him that I've had 3 shoulder surgeries and an elbow surgery.
Well, and you're still shooting.
And I'm
compound bow.
still shooting a compound bow. I'm like, I don't want to hear it for the damn
Well, it's
my shoulders hurt excuses.
yeah. Well, it's like a guy I know, not Hess, but shout out Hess, love you, buddy.
Well, Hess has he's similar to me. He has blown out shoulders. So
Yeah.
it makes sense for him to be shooting it fast.
Shout out Hess.
Yeah.
Good, great guy.
We'll
Love him.
see if he listens to this.
We'll see. he'll hear me. But no, it's like I know a guy who fully capable.
Yep.
Been hunting for 5 years. Used a compound bow his first year. Missed 3 shots.
Yes,
Oh.
that's where
Missed 3
it's
shots. So he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna go to a crossbow. It's every deer now."
that's where the law needs to be back in place.
Yeah.
Well, look at Iowa.
Iowa still got it.
Exactly.
Iowa still got it. Yeah.
My old
And-
boss in Iowa, he younger 40s, pretty fit guy, had this thing happen to him. Fell on some ice, fucked up his shoulder in his like 20s, and cannot pull a bull back without it coming out. Right? Doctors note and everything. That's what we think. We should come back to Wisconsin. And he told me a story where he rolls up to some public land in the morning, and right as he's rolling up, 3 other trucks rolling up. It's Iowa, small public land, not a lot there.
Not a lot there. No.
None. Sure as shit, Warden's sitting in the parking lot waiting for all of them. Everyone hops out of the truck. Everyone else packs shit, heads into the woods. Crossbow, come here. He's like, are you shitting me? Goes over, shows him his paperwork and everything. Good to go. But I think it's got to come back.
I think it does too. I fully.
But
I'm not knocking anyone who's using a crossbow. You gotta use what you gotta use. But
to play devil's advocate here,
right.
like lethality and ethical killing.
It should be a separate season. If if we were to change something, it should be
Where are we going to put it then?
Kentucky.
Right.
Look at
Where
Kentucky.
are you going to put it?
Kentucky has a separate crossbow season from regular bow season.
Where do they put it?
Right before gun. 2 weeks before gun. You get
Really?
2 weeks before gun.
So right in the rut.
Yeah, but how
Yeah,
do
why not?
those? How do those?
You give them
How do those disabled guys that actually need it? How do they do it?
Well, that's where you get the doctor's note.
But yeah, okay.
To hunt the whole bow season
hunt
or
the
just
whole bow
those 2
season?
weeks?
To hunt the
Yeah,
whole bow
okay.
season.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
But then it's crossbow season. You get it's like a sub rifle.
Okay. Yeah. Which
And I mean, you still want to give them a high opportunity because let's say you have kids or other.
I mean,
people
dude, there's crossbows out nowadays that can
100 yards.
100 yards,
100 yards, 100 whatever. Yeah,
80 yards, easy
it's
shot.
insane.
There's
It's
crossbows out there
a
that can
silver
do that.
dollar grouping.
It's a muzzle. It's basically a muzzle loader.
I would agree.
where
A good muzzle loader. not-
Yeah.
A good muzzle loader, yeah, but I strongly agree. Like I said, you'll never knock anyone getting out in the woods.
exactly. You want
but-
that time. It's a great. I mean, I want everybody to try it.
Right. But I think if you are fully able,
Enabled, yeah. You should be using.
you
a
should
compound
be
bow.
using a compound.
What would you guys say to someone that they would say, fuck a compound that's basically a crossbow, shoot a trad? What would you say to them?
That's
Throwing some heat at you here.
Damn, bro. What's your third leg doing to me?
right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Whatever, tripod.
I just
I would like to try trad.
I would too.
It'd be well. Have you ever seen that video of Alex Pereira?
Oh yeah, he kicks
When
soccer
he
ball.
kicks the soccer
Whap.
ball up, dude,
That's sick.
insane.
that guy's a different breed too.
He is
Yeah.
a different breed, but I mean,
That guy's
why? Like,
He's
No,
I don't know if he's
Oh.
human.
he's
Different-
not human.
He's a different type of human. that's for
He's
sure.
not. He's a different type of human.
what do you think is going to go down with him and Serial Gain?
Serial gone, but
Same
Serial
difference.
gone.
Whatever.
yeah.
Gain gone.
Oh, Alex is gonna
piss me
kick his
off.
ass.
It's gonna piss me off every time you say it.
Gain.
Maybe.
God's gonna have some serious size on him.
Yeah, Ghana
What,
has
but
serious
those
size on him,
hands-
but Alex has.
The hands
Oh my
are
God.
just
But have you
cinder
seen how
blocks.
much? Have you seen how much Chama's gained in mass? He's
No.
huge.
Well, I mean, if anything, Gain's gonna poke at his eye.
No, that was oh
Damn.
yeah, that was gone. That poked Aspinall. I thought it was the other way around for some reason.
Dude, that White House card is insane.
I don't.
It was
like
almost better. It was almost
Yeah,
better.
they were about to have John Jones.
You
And
gotta have
they were
John
gonna
Jones.
have, they were gonna have Makachev and I could be wrong on
Taporia?
this. I think it was gonna be Makachev Taporia. I could be
Holy
wrong.
Smokes.
Well,
someone-
it's Taparia. It's who's fighting Taparia?
Gaethje.
Gaethje is, yeah.
I think Gaethje's gonna get his ass kicked.
He's gonna
Oh,
get murdered.
100%.
First round knockout.
That guy,
What is Gaethje?
Taporia
what,
is
36?
That doesn't even
Yeah.
matter. Taporia
I
is
mean-
just insane.
I mean, Taparia.
Taporia
Yeah.
is the
Well, did you see
effing
what he did
boogeyman.
to
Holloway and Oliveira.
Oliveira?
Yeah, he's
And Holloway.
he's insane.
And Holloway.
Gross what he did.
He is the boogeyman.
You know,
Honestly, if
you're not gonna get a good White House card.
At least he's on it.
Yeah, he's on it,
It's
but
gonna blow to watch an American get knocked out on the White House.
if you
lawn.
wanted a good White House card, you get Conor McGregor back.
You're crazy.
that would have been so much money.
Might
And
be
he
a
would've
hot
had to
take.
pass
Might be a hot take,
He's-
but
he would've had to pass a
McGregor, he's
drug
old.
test.
Yeah, but
I think
come on.
I think he's got half of Columbia up his nose.
I'd say more than half. I'd say more than
And
half.
he'd
I'd say he might
have
all of Columbia,
Columbia.
all of Columbia up his nose. But
Dude.
I mean, come on, what's more electric than a McGregor fight at the White House? What that would be such an electric fight.
Yeah.
Which it's still a great card, but
he's just old.
Yeah.
very old. Yeah, he's way past his prime.
When
But
is the last time Conor McGregor fought?
When he broke his leg.
yeah, against Poirier. What was that? 2018?
Yeah, might have been.
Might have been even earlier.
Holy smokes.
Might have been
it's
even
that
earlier.
long?
Maybe like 21.
Was it?
Let me look.
Might be.
The double champ does what
It's
the fuck
it's
he
2018 or 2019.
21.
Was it 21?
Wow.
Wow.
Still a long time.
That's 5 years.
Yeah, it's still a
It's
long
half a
time.
decade.
Yeah.
And he is.
He's got to be
If
36.
Taporia,
I think
No,
older.
wait.
if Taporia wins his
He's
third
not
title,
40 yet. He's not 40 yet. No way.
Is Taporia the GOAT if he wins the third title?
He's
Yeah.
not going for the third. He's only 37.
McGregor.
Yeah.
He could still fight.
He could still fight.
But he's so out of it. I don't think.
Right.
Like,
I don't think
me-
he'd
like,
come in and
Out of it.
You, different story.
No, I'm
Lifting
saying.
concrete. If I were to get back in wrestling shape right now,
Hard.
I'd die.
Well, I'm saying McGregor.
You're a different story. Working concrete and weighing 160. You make fucking 57
Well, I mean,
next week.
Easy money.
don't lie to me here. Yeah, McGregor's way out of the UFC, way out of shape, but would that not be electric? To have McGregor on a White House card?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd probably get his ass kicked,
Well, you'd still.
but it would be electric.
He is the face of the UFC.
It'd bring a lot of people in to
It
watch.
It would.
It'd
It
bring
would.
a lot of people.
It
to watch.
would.
It
I mean,
really
I
would.
wouldn't say Conor McGregor's the face of UFC anymore.
He was.
Well, I wouldn't even
Oh.
say Conor McGregor was the face of the UFC. I'd say
Yes,
John
he
Jones.
was.
I'd say John Jones.
McGregor was
face of the UFC.
100% face of UFC. He's
For
he
The
was,
way he talks shit, yeah.
yeah, his shit
Yeah.
talk
Oh, I
Shit
agree
talk
with
about
that.
people.
brought
yeah.
so many people in.
Okay. Yeah, he did bring in a lot of viewers.
So now that brings me back. I'm trying to loop this into hunting here now.
Yeah, we're
Alright.
talking about UFC now.
Out of all of the UFC guys, who would you want to bring to sit in the stand with you?
Jed. No, not Jed. Cowboy Cerrone.
Oh,
Cowboy Cerrone.
God, that's a good answer.
pick.
God,
Nice
who
pick.
would I? You know, I'm gonna go this year. Anthony Pettis,
Mm.
Milwaukee, Wisconsin boy. Uncle Bill Pettis was a good friend of my dad.
Mm.
Anthony Pettis or Sergio, his little brother Sergio.
Nice.
I would gladly have them in my stand. I've met Anthony a lot of times. I actually have a lot of signed stuff from him because my dad was good
Did-
friends with his Uncle Bill.
Does he ever go hunting, or you know that at all, or no?
Don't know.
No.
Don't know. But if Anthony Pettis ever listens to this podcast, or Sergio Pettis,
Dude, you'll have to send it to him.
Cowboy Cerrone,
here's-
if you ever listen to this podcast, I wrestled with Jafari's son.
or even Uriah
We're,
Faber,
we're basically boys, so let's go hunt.
even Uriah Faber.
Dude, I think I'm taking Alex. Volk.
Jafari Veneer, by the way, Keno. I wrestled with Keno at Augsburg. Just in case.
Just
you
for
hear.
reference.
I just
Just
want to say
reference.
Anthony Pettis or Sergio, if you hear this podcast, you are invited to come hunting. I have land. There you go.
Dude,
Anthony Pettis is
I'm thinking
biased. My favorite UFC fighter of all time.
Alex Volkanovski.
Good one.
That's a good one.
That'd be dope as shit.
Yeah,
Good
that'd
one.
be dope as shit.
I'm still sticking with Cowboy.
That would be tough. Cowboy is cool.
Do you see him? Do you see him get on a bull and ripped his bicep? He got on a bull with Dale Brisby and tore his bicep, and literally it's a ball. It's a tennis ball
Yep.
right here.
Yep.
It's a tennis ball.
That's so nasty.
Met Uriah Faber. Met Anthony. That was the first time I met Anthony.
Oh.
Coolest guys ever. Coolest guys ever.
So you ever think like what sports relate to hunting the best? Like you ever think about that?
Well, archery,
Well, I
And-
mean, come on, like
the sport.
Can I stop you here?
Yeah. So
that fight I went to 2013, Anthony Pettis beat Cerrone.
Really?
That's I did say Cerrone won it first, but now that I remember, I was young.
In his
2013, I was 10 years old.
Hmm.
I was 10 years old.
tough. High school sport
Yeah.
that
High-
relates to hunting the most. That is
Shooting-
practiced by
Shooting
majority.
trap.
Trap. Yeah.
You're making this too easy.
Yeah, you're making this way too
sport,
easy.
Like, man.
Well, are you talking?
It's gonna be wrestling because it's 1-on-1. It's gonna be wrestling.
Well, did you see Levi Haynes did a podcast and he was talking about how hunting a big buck in the Pennsylvania hills
It's all on you.
extremely relates to hunting.
Yeah.
Or
Wrestling.
wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I never wrestled in high school, so I couldn't tell you. If anything, I'd tell you,
We can wrestle.
you
Go for
kick
the
my ass.
Go for the shoulders.
Yeah, you kick my. Well, yeah, go for his shoulders.
Good luck, little boy.
Yeah, exactly. I'd get my ass kicked. I mean, out of what I played, I was a big football player.
Yep.
DN versus running back.
Well, still, I guess football, I mean, especially now that we have this group of guys, we bounce ideas off of each other in our group chat like crazy. When I'm going hunting and I'm like, okay, dude, this is the property, these are the deer I'm at, the buck I'm after. What should I do? I think it can relate to football pretty good there. You're like bouncing ideas off of a team and you're going in after something. So
Yeah.
you get a little bit of a
Yeah. I
team
mean,
aspect.
I look at it as, DN versus running back or quarterback.
1v1.
1v1. You gotta plan out where they're going.
Yep.
I played DN in high school. You gotta know where they're going.
Yeah.
You gotta follow their steps. It's kind of like, yeah. So you gotta track your deer. You gotta know where they're going. You
Yep.
gotta pattern them out. That's what I think of.
I can kind of see that.
Yeah, that's how I think of it. I wasn't a wrestler.
Yeah.
I was a football player.
Well, and I guess this also brings me into kind of the next question, next topic that I was hoping that we would cover. We've covered a couple other of our hobbies. I mean, sports, UFC, wrestling, football. What other outside hobbies do you guys find yourself doing outside of hunting that you can closely relate back to hunting? And what have those hobbies done to help you improve in other aspects of hunting?
Shed hunting, following trails, looking for beds, usually on a piece of property that I'm allowed to hunt. Fucking Onyx is up the whole time.
Yep.
I'm walking down a trail. There's a bed.
There's a rub.
There's some shit. There's some rub.
There's scrape. Yep.
Scrape. Bing, bang, bong, bing, bing.
Yeah. Well, and then I know one for you. You're big into morels.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Morels
they're great in
Oh
Richland
my
County
God.
too.
Oh yeah.
They're fucking awesome there.
We pulled out. Well, I go every year.
Can I come this year?
If you want. Yeah.
I'd love to. I
think-
freaking love morels.
Dude, last year we pulled out. Well, last year was our worst year. Last year was my worst year. I think I had
Well, how mobile were you?
pound and a half. I had a pound and a half.
That's a lot of freaking
Never
mushrooms.
pulled that much.
That's
in
a
my
lot of
life.
morels. That's a lot of morels. But dude, I've pulled fucking two whole Menards buckets. Like,
That's a lot of freaking mushrooms.
it's a lot of morels,
There
which
was
I love them. If you
Yeah.
guys have never had morels,
must.
Oh,
it tastes like
a
sirloin.
must. it is.
Call me crazy.
Nope,
Tastes like sirloin
I agree
steak.
with you. Sirloin steak. That's
So-
what I tell everybody.
so I-
It's like you're eating a steak.
It's nuts.
I guess bringing that back to the question is, how has that helped you in hunting? How has that outside hobby helped you
I
in hunting?
mean,
Kind of the same as shed hunting.
it's kind of the same as shed hunting. You're tracking. You're not looking for rubs. You're not.
Yeah.
But
you're still noticing them.
it's kind of like trekking blood.
Yeah.
You're constantly face down on the ground looking.
Well, and you're a demon at tracking blood. You are damn good at that.
I don't boast myself, but
You are
I'm
a phenom at
I
tracking
got good
blood.
eyes.
Did you?
Are
Well,
you really-
pre-crash, I had good eyes. So we'll see how my eyes are this year after my
Yeah.
eye surgery. We'll see how good my eyes are. But even still, right now, I think my eyes are really good. But
Maybe I'll give Gage a bloody nose tonight. You can track it to the bathroom.
No, whatever.
I'll get it down, especially if I get a few drinks in me. Oh yeah. No, I
Just kidding, Gage.
I'll show you a bloody nose.
mean, I don't even know.
I am a bleeder.
I guess you could say that. Like I've brought morel hunting into tracking.
Yeah.
It's like morel hunting. You're constantly looking at the ground.
Mhm.
You're not looking 10 feet in front of you. You're looking straight down, maybe 5 feet in front of you.
Yeah.
You're just walking. Yeah, you do a little scope out here and there, but
Yeah.
Granted, I know where my spots are, but even
But still
back to your
that-
blood trail when we ran out of light, I was using my iPhone light, and
Yeah,
I was still finding blood.
like that.
Yeah,
It was
so
pretty crazy. No, that was impressive. Yeah, that's a
We
great.
had a big spotlight, and
It died.
Yeah,
So we pulled out
I hadn't
iPhones.
shot a deer, so I hadn't had to charge it.
So I
got-
guess
I got one once you're done.
okay. Go ahead, because honestly I'm trying to think of my outside hobbies.
One thing I did last year, and I heard it in a podcast, on a Remy Warren podcast, was someone had asked, because he does a bunch of Q&A podcasts.
Yeah.
Someone had asked him, like, what's something that you do to prepare for like a big Western hunt where like you possibly are backpacking? It's like, just go camp. Go camp where you don't have a tag. Go camp. So last summer, took the girlfriend to the Boundary Waters.
Yeah.
Oh,
And-
great place.
And she lives outside city limits, but I would not define her as a country girl by any means.
Yeah.
Took her to the Boundary Waters, and I'm relatively woodsy. I've never really been in the situation where I had to use it, but just like 3-day trip with her out there, taking care of kind of the two of us at once. I'm not bragging here,
Yeah.
but I did.
Being a dude.
Yeah, I made fire, built shelter,
What
caught
up?
fish.
What up, Grace? We love you.
Did whatever.
We know that you're a self-sustaining, efficient woman.
And but that felt like that was a huge confidence builder for me going into getting a Western hunt.
Yeah.
Because now I feel fully prepared for, like, maybe not fully prepared, but pretty
Like we can figure it out.
confident
You know
in
what you're getting into.
confident with myself. The mountains are going to be different. Granted, we had
Yeah.
in the Boundary Waters, we had lakes and a canoe to haul ass in between two lakes, which was a pain in the ass. But mountains and packs, I feel pretty confident.
We'll be all
I
right.
feel like I got the straight stuff.
Yep.
I feel like
Which you still have to
I
send me.
know the emergency stuff to make a fire. I like it's clicking.
Yeah.
I know what I need. Know how to read a map, read a compass.
Yep.
Feel pretty confident.
We'll be all right.
Maybe maybe I'll try to do, I don't know. I'm not gonna go to the Boundary Waters again because time to buy a permit, it's already passed, but I'll try to do some sort of camping trip this summer. Just like a long weekend. Just to make sure shit's fine-tuned going into September. But
You'll have to tell me when, because I
I
need
don't-
to get.
Yeah, I'll go.
you could use it
do
too.
Devil's Lake.
Could do Devil's Lake.
Devil's Lake, you got that.
That would be a good one where
You're going up elevation.
we're hiking our ass off
Yeah.
during the day and then finding a remote campsite at night and just figuring shit out from there.
Yeah.
Not relying on going back to the truck.
Yep.
Because we're gonna be balls deep.
Yep.
In the Idaho mountains.
Right.
Days for days.
Which I really want to do with my girl, but shout out Jaden. I love you. I just don't. I don't know.
I would recommend the Boundary Waters. I know a few pretty good routes, easy routes if you want to do it.
Oh yeah, Boundary Waters are a great place to start, but also Devil's Lake.
Yeah.
I feel like Devil's Lake is a great place to start. You know, you're walking up.
Yeah.
2,000 feet of elevation. Yeah, out west it's gonna be a lot more, but
I don't think we'll hit like
It depends.
the most the spots I'm liking right now. The most we'll hit in a day is 2,000.
Well, dude, it all depends on where the elk are.
which
don't
that's the
fuck-
tricky thing
I
about
can't.
out west.
We don't know.
I can't find elk on Onyx. I tried. Trust me.
Dude, did you see that they're selling elk tags, or applications for elk tags in Wisconsin?
Are they only doing?
Yeah, they've been
well,
doing that.
Yeah,
My
they've
dad's-
been
my
doing it,
dad's
It's like
but
$30.
My dad's been applying for every year it's been open.
well, yeah, but
I
don't
thought
they
about it
only
this year.
don't they only give
Just
out
start-
two
just
tags?
Three.
Three?
Yeah, just start buying now.
Yeah.
Start buying points now.
I've been applying since they came
I
out,
should
but
have.
3 tags out of probably 200,000.
More than that.
Probably close to 1 million.
Yeah.
I'd
it's fucking insane.
I'd say
What's the
maybe.
population in Wisconsin?
Oh, couldn't tell you.
All right. Well, while he's looking that up, the hobby that came to mind, because you said Boundary Waters.
Well, here, can I do another hobby?
Let me get mine in, and then go ahead.
Okay, mine's a stupid
6
hobby.
million.
Fishing. Walleye
Fishing's a good
fishing.
one.
Walleye
Yeah.
fishing. I am a freak about walleye fishing. And this time of year with the spring run coming up
Mhm.
in Fox River.
Yeah.
Oh. Now, how I can relate that back to hunting? I mean, it's pretty hard.
I mean, patience.
It's already closely related
I mean,
there, but
patience is already there.
well, yeah, it's like I was sitting there and I've been trying to hammer that 30-inch walleye for 22 years,
And you got him.
and I
Well,
finally got it last year.
yeah, you did.
Finally
Was
got
that
it last
30
year.
inches though?
If I pinch the tail, right?
Okay, yeah. I mean, I'd even say
I really had to pinch the tail.
no. That was a slob. That was a
And
slob.
but like exactly like you said, patience. And I mean, look how it translated this year. I waited 22 years to catch a 30-inch walleye.
Right.
I can go and easily sit for 504 hours in one hunting season. That's whatever. Like I'll sit there and I'll wait and I will see this come by, that come by, and it doesn't bother me. And that fishing is a hobby that definitely closely relates to hunting. I would say, and it teaches you valuable skills like patience and timing, trying to correctly figure out when you should be there, when to set that hook because your bobber goes down or whatever. But yeah, that's a hobby that I would pick. What was the one that you wanted to bring up?
Stupid hobby, but disc golf.
Golf is a good one.
Disc golf.
Disc golf, little frisbee action.
It's a grown sport.
It is growing.
Some would say it's growing more than regular golf.
You know what the fastest growing sport in the world is?
Pickleball.
Pickleball. Ages.
It's dying though.
Really? No way.
Disc golf is catching up to it.
Hmm.
I'm an avid disc golfer.
Yeah.
What I will take from disc golf, I'm probably a loser for disc golfing.
No. Disc golf is pretty sweet.
It's so
hard.
fun.
It's
dude,
hard.
It's so fun. I would say out of that, it's patience.
Yeah.
And it brings in a little tracking.
Yeah.
You'll lose your disc.
Aiming too. I guess you have to try to hone in on one target.
You got to hone
yourself
in
before the shot.
Yeah, you got to hone in on your. Yeah, you got to hone in on your hole.
Yep.
And I'd say it's a nice exercise. A lot of steps.
Yep.
Gets you physically active.
All right, one last.
I don't know if it relates to hunting, but that's a big hobby of mine.
Kinda. I guess one last question that I'm gonna bring on before I get our closing remarks is, why should people subscribe and listen to us? We're going to touch on that one. We'll start with Reeds.
You listen this much, you obviously like it. Fucking subscribe. What I say.
All right, Collin.
Right, I say the same thing, and I'd also say, yeah, we're the mediocre whitetail group.
We're the fellas.
We're just a bunch of good friends, just shooting the shit.
Hell yeah.
What's better to offer than some Midwest guys talking hunting?
Exactly.
Talking life. What's better than that?
Yeah. Well, and then I guess for me, what's not to like?
Right.
Just your fellas. If you want to enjoy a deer camp vibe, a down to earth and to the point, not afraid to tell you what's on our mind, you better listen.
Well, so the real question here is, are we going to do a pod during deer camp?
Ooh.
My deer camp's pretty sacred.
Ooh, dude.
My deer camp is, you've seen it.
I have been there.
We're drunk.
Dude, it honestly, it depends on how soon.
Yeah, we like to have a good time, as any Wisconsin group would.
Dude, our third one we did, the first three we did that got canned because of bad software. We were slurring pretty good.
Pretty damn bad.
I mean, we've had a few drinks tonight.
It was
way worse.
We were a lot worse. A lot worse.
We haven't made it to the bar yet, but
what was some sort of whiskey? The Old Smoky came.
Old Smoky, yeah.
Oh,
not even whiskey.
It was like half a bottle.
What Old Smoky?
Caramel. Salty caramel.
Salted caramel.
What is Old Smoky? Is that
that's whiskey?
Old Smoky's whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
They got. You ever tried the cookies and cream Old Smoky?
Yeah.
Oh, that's dangerous.
Oh yeah.
I've almost been put in the grave by that.
That's gotta be damn near 2 hours.
No way.
Hour 10.
Oh,
Oh,
sheesh, I'm way off.
All right. Well, I'm going to hit us with this. Caden, closing thoughts.
Said it once, I'm gonna say it again. You listen this long, you better fucking subscribe. Sat through an hour and 10.
hour 10.
You obviously liked it. Don't lie to yourself.
All right, Collin, give me your closing thoughts.
Same thing as Reeds. You've been listening this long, subscribe. First time on,
Hell yeah.
you know.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome to the club.
Awesome. Awesome experience. And yeah, give a subscribe. You know, we're small town guys and
Trying
Yeah.
to do something.
trying to do something. You know, this is our hobby. This is just, this isn't our full-time job.
Yeah.
You know, we're just doing this to have fun. So
Well,
for now.
I guess my closing thoughts is going to be we are at the Sportsman Expo down here in Wisconsin Dells, and hoping that we can land, maybe somebody who wants to work with us.
Yeah,
if you
100%.
guys are listening to see if we're your type of dudes, awesome. Let me know. Let's reach out. Follow the Mediocre Whitetail on Instagram. It's at Mediocre Whitetail. Got a link in our bio. You can listen to our podcast there, and try to grow the brand. If you guys can, drop a like, maybe subscribe, something like that, and then share with your friends. We would greatly appreciate it. And with that, keep it mediocre. Catch you later.